I'm going to show you my logo design workflow, all the tools I use, my process, and how I created this logo for a recent client. So we started off with the mood board. He already had a bit of a deck, so we just ran with that. And typically I would run a discovery session, but for this project, because it was a smaller project, we just jumped straight into the design from the mood board. So you can see the values, the audience. We got the 4 values here that he had. The company was called Nova Standard, so I thought that was really cool. Nova has also means light and star. Businesses who want to elevate their public image, creators or brands ready to move beyond average content, commercial clients, and they want to feel scalable, flexible. We had potential brand colors that we were working with, so that was the initial starting point for colors. And then we had the logo ideas that the client sent me, who really liked the NS monogram with the negative space style, and then also the idea of out-of-the-box thinking. You can see like star and arrow shooting out this box in the second image here. There were some other nice arrows and stuff. So we really wanted to keep it modern. So based on that first part of the process, which is mood boarding, researching, looking at other logos, looking what's out there, and then we jumped into the next phase, which was logo design. I like to do a font wall where I just chuck a lot of different fonts and see what is feeling right. And because it's more of a bold masculine brand, and we wanted to maybe go with all uppercase, I started playing around with some fonts here. You got some fonts. A lot of these fonts are from Brandon Nickerson. You can get fonts at his store. I'm not affiliated, but he has got some nice fonts. So I really love these. They're bold and not your typical sans serif fonts. They're more stylized, and I really like some of these. And even this one has a really cool N, which you could use as like, I don't know, like a pathway or arrow or in a pattern or something. And then I come up with some of these lowercase. I wanted to see what it would look like. And then from that, I started exploring some different lockups of the typography first. And I came up with a tagline saying your new baseline, because Nova Standard, we're saying we're high standard, we're, you know, on the upper end, we're quality, premium. And so when you work with us, your standard has just increased. And so that was the thinking behind that tagline. And I started playing around with some options here, different lockups. So whenever you create a logo, you want to create a lockup that is left aligned. You want to have a centered one. You also want to have one with a tagline and one without a tagline. So typically I'll just like duplicate and like have like this. Another quick way to shift, you can go Control Shift C to go center, and it will flip like this, or you can do Control Shift L to do left aligned, Control Shift R to do right aligned. And that's a quick way just to come up with quick logo lockups, especially when you're working with text. And then I had some other ideas, just flipping the fonts, switching the fonts up, maybe having a different tagline, lowercase, uppercase, and just seeing what feels right. And I love doing this first just to get the text, because fonts are most important. Then next, I started digging into the logo icon. The logo icon always has to be iconic, distinct. It has to be memorable. So for this one, I started exploring ideas, which I'll take you through so you can see. So I really like this star idea because the word Nova. So I was trying to connect star, Nova, then the concept of like a box, and breaking outside of that box, out of the box thinking, creativity. And so this is how I came up with this idea, by combining those keywords and thoughts. And so you had like a box here, and then I was thinking, what if I had like the end coming out of the box, adding a star? What if I cut the edges of the box to make it look more dynamic? And then I was just playing around with lots of ideas. Maybe what if you just have a letter N and then just like tweak the end? Maybe you have the star and the space or something. You got an NS monogram that I tried to do with the negative space. A lot of different iterations. Maybe have the star coming out. So you can see my process here, just exploring, and like I'm doing a lot of tweaks to the space. I have to make sure that it's readable, especially when you do a negative space logo. If you can't see the letters properly, then most likely all the other customers and people won't see it as well. So you got to keep that in mind. And then I even was confident on this direction, but then I eventually switched. But I really like the color palettes that were working here. I was like, this is pretty cool. Starting to come together. Started exploring some other ideas here. So you can see. Started playing with color really quickly. Some more options. So you really can take the logo in many, many different options, and that's why you got to explore a lot. And for me, I love exploring, love trying things, testing things, seeing what's working, seeing what's not. if I find a logo, maybe I go back to the mood board or go back online, research really quick. I find something, I'm like, oh, that looks cool. Maybe I try and do something similar. I really liked these color palettes I found online, really cool. So I use this to inform some of my decisions here and also back to the mood board. And so I really liked these palettes here with the grays, had a vibrant primary color and then like an accent color that was more lighter. And I thought that was really cool. And then once I was happy with that, I decided to put all my best concepts out of all the designs I did and put it on a quick slide. And I just shot it over to my client and say, what are your thoughts of this? I didn't want to build a deck and mockups before I was like super confident in one direction. So I wanted to get his feel, the vibe for it. And he was leaning more towards these first two options. So I was really digging this color palette. This looks sick. Looks super cool. We had this one and this one. And then here were all the options of the logos. And so then we go into the revision phase. Now this is very important because you need to refine the logo. You might need to tweak the fonts. You might need to tweak the colors. You might need to play around with the icons. And this is great because you want to get some feedback from the client. Once you get objective feedback, not emotional, you just take the feedback and then go in and start working on it. So some of the quick points on the feedback was that it wasn't feeling dynamic enough. He did like the color palettes of the blue and the navy. He was really digging that. The fonts were feeling a bit too, playful. So he wanted something more clean, simple, minimal. So I had to stick with like more of a sans serif font. And the icon just wasn't looking distinct. It was looking a bit generic. So we had to play around with the N mark. And those are the main comments. And so from that, I took that and started exploring some more, as you can see here, playing around with the fonts again first, and then taking that letter N. And so I started playing around. He did find a concept similar to this that he really liked. So I started playing around with that as well. And I tried to customize the N so it looked dynamic. So you can see me playing around with different shapes here. The N, playing with like little triangular shapes, sharp, or he also liked sharp shapes as well. So I stuck with like little triangles. And so you can see that it's starting to take shape. You can see an N, you can see an arrow. And some of these concepts here. And some concept with like the box. It looked like those lines coming from the box or breaking out the box. And then customizing the N. Then I had some versions with like a stroke, like doing cutouts of the box as well. That was really cool. And then created one version with the lowercase and then this N. I really like this gradient. That was like really cool. And that N was looking interesting. And then I had this version as well. And one little trick I did is I customized the A's. So I cut the crossbars on the A's to make it look more futuristic, more modern. And I just didn't customize too much because I didn't want it to make it too, once you start customizing, when you overdo it, it starts looking a bit like tacky and stuff and a bit weird. And then created that. And so once I was done with the revisions, I went straight into presenting. So for me, what I do in a presentation, I always like having a deck. I do have a template. You can actually get access to that in my designer playbook. You can get access to all my templates. And then what I do for mockups, I do use a bit of Photoshop mockups. And then I also have been using FreePic. So I'll show you my process in FreePic, how I created a mockup that the client instantly fell in love with once he saw that mockup. I dropped in that logo that I was very confident on, logo 1. And I asked Nana Banana to do a mockup. This logo, my prompt was mock up this logo on a realistic mockup, one signage, one business card, one t-shirt, one cap. And then it came out with these concepts here, the first go. So you can see it looks really nice. Some of these mockups really cool. You can see it retains the logo, and the client really loved this one here. He saw that sign on the left with the glass, that transparent glass, and thought that was mad. And so from that, I started tweaking the mockups a little bit, just creating some different ratios, as you can see. And then I thought, like, to make the mockups more relevant, maybe put it on a DSLR camera because he uses cameras, put it on a sticker that he could use. So you can see I started creating some nice options here, the camera, nice fabric in the background. And then I did the same thing for version 2, dropping the logo, and then we use that to create some of these mockups. As you can see, this looks really cool. And it's just a fast way to get something really quick. I'm not spending too much time. Sometimes I do take mockups as well. And then you can see the business card as well, started mocking up. you can see some of the keywords like add a silver foil stamp on the gray text, keep the style cinematic, as you can see, with a rim light in the background. So you can see I like a nice ambient light, makes it more interesting. And so that's a bit of the process just to create some quick mock-ups. And the logo direction, so I presented the logo, just kept it really straightforward on this deck. You can see the downward arrow, which points at the baseline. So if you don't know, a baseline of a letter is always at the bottom. You got the letter N, and then you got like an invisible mouse. So videos will generate clicks. So that was another idea that came out of that logo. And you always want to have 3 IDs in an icon, and that's just a good rule of thumb. Looked at other people. We really wanted to avoid black and white, and you can see it stands out amongst all the some of the competitors. And then the font we used was Connect, so geometric sans serif. And then we got the colors here. Came up with some names: Arctic, Gun, Gray, Snow, and Navy. It looks really good. And then the mockups, final mockups, as you can see, patterns, and then I presented logo option 2. You can see some of the thinking: sharp edges, simple shapes, dynamic break in the box, letter N, and then some mockups there. I like that shirt, that was really cool. That's my process of creating a logo for a real client, for a freelancer who does video content. And I hope you enjoyed this process. Let me know in the comments below if you liked a specific part of this process or this video and it really helped you. Please leave a comment below, hit the like button, it really helps me out. And if you do want to see another video just like this where I create another brand or logo project, you can check out this video right here where I did a logo design for another brand, for another business.